The day I died wasn't particularly special. Just another rainy Tuesday in October. I remember standing on the school roof, counting my heartbeats, wondering if anyone would miss me. That's when I saw it. A shadow that moved against the wind. A darkness that breathed. And suddenly, death wasn't coming to claim me. I was about to become death itself. Kai Winters hadn't always been invisible. At least, that's what he told himself as he stared at his reflection in the bathroom mirror of Roosevelt High. 16 years old, half Japanese, with eyes that couldn't decide if they were brown or gold. Another face in the crowd. Another statistic. The bell rang, echoing through empty hallways. First period would start soon. Not that it mattered. Kai had already decided this would be his last day. Shadow whispered, "They can't hurt you if you become the darkness." Kai spun around. The bathroom was empty, but the shadows in the corners seemed deeper, almost liquid. "Kai, who's there?" "Shadow. Someone who knows what it's like to want to disappear." The shadow peeled itself from the wall like old wallpaper, forming a shape almost human. It held out what looked like a hand, offering something that gleamed despite the darkness. "Shadow, take it. Become what you were meant to be." In its palm lay a small obsidian pendant, carved with symbols that seemed to move when Kai wasn't looking directly at them. The moment Kai's fingers touched the pendant, ice flooded his veins. The world shifted, colors inverting. He could see everything differently now, the dark spaces between moments, the shadows that people carried inside them. It was like seeing the world's source code. Every shadow was a door. Every darkness held secrets. The shadow led Kai through a door that hadn't existed before, into a vast chamber beneath the school. The walls were covered in writing that moved like living ink. "Shadow, you're not the first, Kai. We are the Shadow Walkers, guardians of the spaces between light." Ancient murals showed figures wielding darkness like weapons, fighting creatures made of pure light that devoured human souls. Joey Miller, Kai's longtime tormentor, was shoving a freshman against the lockers. But now Kai could see the truth, golden parasites clinging to Joey's shadow, feeding him rage and pain. "Kai, what are they?" "Shadow Mentor, light feeders. They push humans toward cruelty. Your first lesson is to remove them." The days blurred together as Kai learned to bend darkness to his will. Shadow walking. Shadow weapons. The ability to see the parasites that plagued humanity. Shadow Mentor, remember, we don't fight out of vengeance. We fight to protect. Even those who hurt us? Shadow Mentor, especially them. The most wounded carry the most parasites. The attack came during third period. Light feeders swarmed the school, drawn by the concentrated teenage angst. Kai stepped between worlds, time freezing around him as he fought creatures normal humans couldn't see. Blood and golden ichor splattered the lockers, invisible to regular eyes. This was what he was meant for. Not dying on a rooftop, but fighting for those who couldn't fight for themselves. "Kai, you said we protect people?" "Shadow Mentor, we do. By harvesting the light feeders, we grow stronger. Strong enough to remake the world." The truth hit harder than any bully's fist. The Shadow Walkers weren't guardians. They were farmers, cultivating human suffering to feed their own power. Kai stood where he had first planned to end it all. But now he was fighting to live, to protect, to change things. You forgot one thing. Shadows can't exist without light. He shattered the obsidian pendant, releasing pure light into the shadow realm. The Shadow Walkers were gone, but Kai's power remained. He could still see the darkness, but now he could see the light too. Every person carried both. Joey Miller passed him in the hall, nodding slightly. The light feeders were gone from his shadow, and something like peace had taken their place. Sometimes the biggest battles aren't fought with fists or even shadow weapons. They're fought in the quiet moments when we choose to keep going, to help others, to be the light in someone else's darkness. A new student stood on the rooftop, looking down. Kai recognized that look. He'd worn it himself not so long ago. "Want to learn something cool about shadows?"